Finally, we find ourselves at the fun stage of the process, which is where we actually get to create the book. We've created a design, or actually chosen a design, we've chosen a cover, we've uploaded our images, and now we're ready to put the book together. What we see is that we're at the first page of the book. We're at page 1. This is actually the inside of the front cover, so if we were to close the book, this would close over onto the first page. And we'll see that we have a cutout that we've chosen from the style of cover we chose. This is something that you can opt to do or opt not to do back when you're in this process of choosing the cover. Because we've chosen one, we have an image here that we will be able to see through the cover when the book is closed. So we're probably going to try to choose an image there that's appropriate and attention-getting. But before we get to that process, I'd like to point out a few things in the interface. There's a couple of different tools at the top: page tools, edit tools, and style tools. And you'll see that the different tools available are to save. As you go along, you can choose to save. And as you make changes to each page and go on to the other pages, it'll automatically ask you whether you want to add or save the changes or not. You can add a page, you can check your spelling, you can add images, you can add text, and you can zoom. I won't demonstrate the save button because we know what that does. To add a page will actually take you out. We'll go ahead and save that. You'll see that it asks to save, and this gives us the option to add additional pages to the 22 pages they've already provided us, and they'll give you templates to choose from to add in. If you see one that you like, you can choose that and hit OK and add it in. I'm not going to do that for now, so I'll cancel that. I'll take us back to where we were, which was the inside of the front cover and the first page of the book. So that's how you add a page. If you have text that you'd like to check the spelling of, you simply check that button and it will do your spell check. If you'd like to add an image, you can just click that and add an additional image to the page, and you can resize it. You can resize it as you like. Something like that. I'm not going to keep that, just demonstrating. But that brings up a more interesting point, is that actually the entire interface, everything that you see here, is modifiable. You can change the frame of the for the photo that you have. You can change the size of the photo, although it won't let you do that here because it's set up to do for this cutout, set up to match the proportions appropriately. That's why this is colored in red. It says an indication that it will not let you change it. But every other image you can change the size of. You can change the backgrounds. You can add a whole lot of other things as well, which we'll talk about in a minute. So you can add images. You can add text. If you want to add text somewhere else in the book, you can just click and add it wherever you want it, and there you go, and you have it. I'll go ahead and delete that. And then you can zoom in if you need to see something up close that you can't quite see as you're working. So the page tools give you these options. The edit tools are the basic tools of cut, copy, and paste, undo, redo, and then delete. Those are all pretty much self-explanatory as well. And also you can move things forward and backwards, so that you might want one image to layer on top of another image, and we may see that in a little while as well. But that's how you would move things on the page in different layers. Finally, we have the style palette. This is where you can choose to alter the frame, which is again the area around the image that you're working on. The font, which is the type of course, the text that you're working with. You can change the style of the font, the size, the positions, etc. And then you can also change the matte, which is the color that appears behind the text. For example, if I choose that and I go to here, I can change that so there's a little grayer area behind. Often that's useful to help see behind or hide what's behind the text, so it makes the text more visible. So that is that. Alright, I'm going to change that back because I don't want that. Everything else here is pretty much self-explanatory on the actual workspace. Again, we see we have a cutout, we have a place for an image. But if you look down below here, you'll see that you have inside front cover. That tells me what this page is. In addition, we have some movement tools, so we can move back, which is not an option at this point. We can look at all the pages, or we can move forward in our book. And finally, this tells us that this is page 1. Okay. Down below that you'll see we have different tabs. In this case we're on the image tab, but in addition we have layouts, backgrounds, frames, stickers, and covers. While we're in the images tab, we'll look at that. We'll see that we have all our images that we chose that happen to be in our current project and available from the folder called Content. If you looked at the video on how to upload images, you saw that we had actually two folders that we uploaded. One went into a folder called Content. The other went in one called Flickr. And I can choose to go bounce back and forth between those particular sets of uploaded images from here. I can also choose to upload more. And then these are the images that I will use to populate the frames that I've already have in my book. Okay, so that's how you do that. Layouts will give you the option of choosing different styles of layouts for a particular page. Again, this page is not very alterable because of the cutout we have here. So I'm going to move forward. I'm going to save our changes. And here's a layout. Say I'm not real happy with the looks of this layout. Jostens has done us the favor of providing us many different kinds of layouts to choose from. So in this case I'm just going to choose this one. I'm going to drag it up there, and automatically everything else stays in the same style of the book, but the layout changes to match the style that was chosen from the layout palette. If I'm not happy with this one over here, that's no problem. All I have to do is find one I do like. That one looks interesting. I'll drag it and drop it there, and now it's changed. As I mentioned before, these are can all be altered as well. So maybe I want to make that one a little bit larger to kind of fill in that space, and then probably move the text so that it fits under there more accurately, and I'll see that I have this space in which I can write in. So layouts gives you the chance to choose some pre-designed layouts that you can put on the pages that are created for you. I will save those changes. Moving ahead to another page, and you'll see that we have all these pages that are already done. As I mentioned before, we can change many things about a page. For instance, this page was designed with fallen leaves on it for some reason. The designer particularly liked that, I guess, but I don't like them, so I'm going to get rid of them. Select it and press delete, and it's gone. Press delete and it's gone. I don't really care for this either. So I'm going to select that from around the Words Are Class and press delete, and now I'm happier with that page. Okay, moving on, you'll see that the next tab at the bottom is Backgrounds. Selecting the backgrounds will allow me to change the backgrounds of the page. Okay, so in this case maybe I don't care for the background that they've chosen. I'll find something more appealing for what I want. Let me jump ahead. Let's say I like this particular one for that page. It's a little less obvious and less obtrusive, and so I can change the style to be like that. And I can save my changes, and there we go. And that's how you change the backgrounds. Again, all of these tools are available at the bottom, and all you have to do is click on the tab and make any changes you like.